Hello viewers, so here we are, a bit more Project Cars action. I've had a bit of a break over the last few days. I hope you've been enjoying all the videos I've put up so far. There'll be lots more to come on the channel. We've got comparisons between Xbox and PlayStation. We've got videos on the PCs. You can see here racing at Cadwell Park in the Formula C. I've enjoyed this immensely. This was just a fun race. And I'm just going to spend a few days just doing a few races, so there'll be some sort of simple videos just where I'm enjoying some racing besides the comparison and all that sort of stuff. Why? Because it takes ages to edit all that stuff, and sometimes I just want to enjoy some racing. Now this is a circuit I mentioned a while ago I didn't know very well, and it's really grown on me. You know, it's a technical circuit. Here we are running with all assists off. AI is an 80% in this particular race. I could probably do with sticking up to 100. Because I'm quicker than the other cars, but because you're quicker than the other cars doesn't mean it's easy to overtake. And this whole race I'm pretty much stuck behind this guy trying to find a way past him. What I find with the AI is that it depends, they're not as quick on the power sometimes on the lower settings, but they are quite late on the brakes. But on this corner, for example, he was a bit early on the brakes, and another corner is a bit early, but in other corners you're a bit late. And if you're not directly alongside, they can occasionally be a bit blind as well on the higher difficulty settings. There's something to know. So I think it's very race to race as to how the AI performs, but on the whole they're very unpredictable, and that's a good thing. It gives them a very sort of realistic, lifelike feel to them. So we come around that twisty section, brilliant, down the main straight, get a bit of speed up. I just can't get any further alongside, and now I'm just not going to make it, so I have to back out the power. Even if I brake late, I won't make the corner. I'm going almost as late as I can manage, trying to get on the power early as we see the rumble strips, and then that draws the car out wide. I could get on the power earlier, I think with more practice, and get closer up into this section, but again I tried an overtake. Very tricky here. We had a little bang on wheels, so he's somebody who I'm going to have to get alongside and really sort of get track position before we get to the apex. This downhill section's quite tricky. Almost losing it, went down a gear too many, and you could see there, just sort of locked the wheels slightly, managed to keep it together. That's why I'm enjoying Project Cars. It enabled me to respond and react and do what was natural, and I was able to save the car and have control of it. So I'm feeling the limits, I'm feeling the car moving about. I'm enjoying that now. I'm getting more racy with it now. I'm taking more speed through this section. Feeling the car moving about. Look at that great feeling of speed on the brakes, down into that hairpin on the power before this next reasonably sharp corner. It's off camber, downhill, so always think about that. We'll draw the car wide, and then on the power, trying to get traction. Again, I'm quicker here, using a bit of slipstream, but just not enough. Great to have that triple screen view though. It gives you so much more in the way of feeling of being there on the PC version. When you've got a PC that can do that, it's a privilege to have. But also, you know, you see the field of view I was talking about, using the same FOV I was on the PlayStation version. For me, this is 120. The next thing on the PlayStation videos, I have to show seat movement. I have moved my seat on the PlayStation version, which I haven't shown that on the video. FOVs are a bit of a combination. When you're using triple screens, you can use an accurate field of view because it's life size around you, positioning in terms of the wheel and scale. But when you're using a single screen, I tend to alter the field of view just slightly, just to give me a bit more of a view. It might not necessarily be the most realistic, but it works in terms of using a single screen. Having said that, some cars like this work really well. As we go over that hump, and I'm much quicker through here. I was surprised how slow the other car was through there. I wasn't nearly at full speed that time. Then he gets on the power in these sort of traction zones, and I think I'm loads quicker there as well, but just can't get on the power on that section there, and that's really why I need to. I think this is it now. Come on!
Nice one. That's your fastest lap so far.
It just won't go any further. That's it, maximum. So it's great. This is great racing with the AI. I've really enjoyed it. It's just a couple of simple races which are coming up the next few days. There'll be more races like this, and in the next few days we're also going to roll out our VVV Formula 1 car, or Formula E car should I say, as well, with our official livery, and run a bit on that as well. And I just want to thank those new Patreons on the channel. Did a little blog for you guys the other day. There'll be more on that to come as well as competitions for the Patreons, so there's lots more to come for the Patreon members. And we'll be sorting out some little surprises for you all as well. Downhill again here, so trying to line myself up here. Good traction, not close enough for an overtake, but I know he brakes earlier than me in this section, so I'm ready for that this time. And now just finding a line every time there, you know, getting that line better and better, and slow over that bump. You can easily lose it. He's just so slow here. I had to get on the brakes and destabilise my car. Getting frustrating. Now we've only got one lap left. That's the problem with these quick races. I'm thinking, oh, have a go. No, okay, it wasn't going to work. So that was the end of that one. Whatever. We have 5 laps to make a difference, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to this time. But I was really enjoying the racing. But I was actually holding back a lot. So I thought, now, for the first time in this race, I've got an opportunity to really see how quick I can go and see how much I can gain on these AI. So I was considerably quicker than the car in front of me. So now I'm really going to use all the track, more like a qualifying run. On the power nice and early. It was letting the car come wide in that nice straight line. I'm looking for the marker board. I'm looking for pretty much the final marker board, just before the final marker board turning in on the power. Let the car go a bit too wide there, but not too bad. Feather the throttle through there a little bit, but it's flat generally through these corners here. And just lifting a bit, keeping it in a higher gear that time. Because of course I went down too quickly earlier. You know, you're always learning on racing. If some of you are playing Project Cars for the first time, you know, it's not all going to happen on the first run. You've got to do lots of laps and enjoy the laps, and then from there the speed will become more natural. Moving the car around a lot. It's a bit too quick through that first section there. Compromised me on the second section. Not too bad. Loving those corners, but you can see how much I've gained on the AI again, just through those corners. Really enjoyed that run, thoroughly enjoyable. Lots more to come in terms of little races and stuff like that from me. But as we cross the line, that's it for this race. And as ever, there'll be more from me very soon.